My camera's about to die. I have no idea how that happened. Who knows? But it doesn't matter because we're back with another video, okay? Ask Men subreddit. I like this one a lot. I am a man, okay? So therefore I will answer some of these questions. I stopped following world news for my mental health. It worked. What have you done for your mental health that you will never go back to in your life? Probably the same thing. Watching the news is terrible, okay? It's one of the most because it's just like constant, all over, negativity, just throwing it at you. That's all it is. There's never anything nice on there. It's like maybe like right at the end they'll throw in like one or two good things that happened, and then that's it. And then the next like 24-hour news cycle person comes on to just regurgitate the exact same thing that the last one said. Yeah, I don't recommend watching that. I don't watch it, and it's great. I used to watch it all the time and I was miserable. So also I took a nap before, so I feel like I'm like kind of low energy right now, which like I'm not too crazy about, but we're doing this, okay? We're getting going. I'm trying to, trying to build this momentum up right now. What type of men make you uncomfortable? The kind of guys who they get rejected by a woman and they start acting weird, they start acting fucking creepy, and it's like I'm sure that you've seen the videos before, like the nice guys or whatever, we like to make fun of them. I saw this one video where this dude walks up, and I don't know if he's like trying to be like a pickup artist or whatever, but he's terrible at it. And he like walks up to these girls and they're sitting on like a bench, and he's like trying to talk to them, and like they're obviously not into it. And at that point, like, you just kind of take the L and you walk away. It's not that big of a deal. But this dude, like, insists on standing there and making it horribly awkward. And he's, like, trying to keep this, like, dead conversation going. And it's just not going anywhere. And they're, like, really trying to be polite and be like, nah, like, we're not really interested. And he just cannot take the hint at all. Even though it's blatantly obvious. That they don't want him there, and he's just being uncomfortable, and he's like standing very close to them, which immediately, like, you're making it even worse for yourself. Yeah, dudes like that, it's just, God, it's hard to watch. And I can't imagine being the girl that's like trapped there, being like, oh God, like, get the f out of here, move, go away. Like, because you don't want to be like too aggressive with it, because who knows, this guy's already acting weird, so you never know. But yeah, those dudes, they're the worst. They're just, you just need to take the L, okay? It's fine. Just, if she's not into it, she's not into it. It's not that big of a deal. Just move on. Stop being weird. Stop lingering around where you're unwelcome. Alright? Go away. How do you guys feel about stoner girls? I mean, do whatever you want, but like, do you mean like dating? I mean, it doesn't even matter like what they do. Like, it could be a person who just drinks a lot. Like, I don't really want to be with that either. Because if you're just drinking all the time or like doing whatever, like, I don't personally want to be with someone that does that. I mean, do your thing, but I feel like I could speak for a lot of guys. It's probably not a great look. It's fine to do whatever, like when you're younger. Like if you're like 18, 21, like in that area, like, you have some leeway to be a degenerate and do what you want. We all do it. It's fine. And then you start to get like, 24, 25, and that's when like, you should probably start to slow down a little bit. At least with doing that kind of stuff. Yeah, because I feel like by then, if your priorities haven't shifted a little bit, like, it's just typically not a good thing. That's just how I feel about it anyway. How do I get my boyfriend to not play as many video games without hurting his feelings? Just be open about it. Just be like, hey, I would appreciate if we were able to hang out more, I would appreciate if you could give me more of your time. Not to say that you have to completely stop doing, that, like obviously it's a hobby of his, he likes doing it, but there should be some room for compromise. I'm sure that if you like brought this up to him in a respectful and like an adult, like that kind of way, I'm sure he'd probably be like fine with it. I feel like with most guys, like if you just be as open and honest with them as possible, like you're gonna get a pretty good response. At least that's how it seems for me. I don't know, some dudes could be really immature about it, but I feel like for the most part, like, you just have to tell us though. You can't do that thing where you like kind of hint at it a little bit, and then when he doesn't pick up on the hint, you get all pissed off, and then it starts a fight like a month later because you've been leaving the slightest hint possible and he's not really picking up on it. Like, you just gotta say it. You just gotta tell them in a respectful way, like, you know, have an adult-like conversation with them and just be like, hey, you know, I would prefer if we had more time together. Something like that. Not that harsh. Pretty easy to do, and I'm sure it'll end up pretty well. I'm sure he'll be like, oh, yeah, no problem. I mean, that's what a logical person would do. So, what is the turnoff in a relationship for you? There's a lot of things. I mean, when people aren't honest, like, that sucks. When they're just being like shady. I think one of the worst things though is like this whole thing right now with like, you know, oh, men should be like sharing how they feel anymore. Men should be sharing their emotions. And it's like, well, when we do that sometimes, you know, people could use that as ammunition against us later on down the road. So I think that that's probably the biggest turnoff in a relationship is like if you tell someone that you're insecure about, you know, X, Y, Z, or you open up to them, and then later on down the line, like say you get into a fight with this person, and then they want to use that against you as like ammunition. Yeah, definitely one of the biggest turnoffs in a relationship, because then you kind of just look at that person, and you're like, oh, wow, you are, you're a pretty terrible person for that. Like, what is a line of betrayal that, if crossed, you would not forgive anybody, no matter what? I'm guessing this is in like context of a relationship. Probably being cheated on. Like, I feel like that's the one thing where, like, I don't understand why people give that other person like a second, third, fourth, fifth chance. Like, just leave them. It's okay. Like, you just need to get away from that person. I think it's very rare that someone only does it once. Most of the time, I feel like it's a repeated thing. And I love how the classic line is always like, you know, if they get caught, it's always like, oh, like, I'm so sorry. It's like, yeah, but are you? Like, were you sorry when you were out doing it? Or, like, are you just sorry now that you've gotten caught? Yeah, that's one thing that, like, I don't really think I could forgive someone for doing that. It's pretty shitty to be doing that. That's definitely one of those things that I'm just like, ugh. Okay, have fun, bye. Guys, what's something girls should do more to make you smile? I mean, not much. Like, literally, the slightest compliment goes so far, because I feel like there's a lot of men out there who are like, they don't really get complimented a lot. Just a simple compliment, like, I feel like that shit goes a long way, and like, dudes, they'll remember that for a while. So, little things like that. Like, that's the thing, is like, I feel like guys don't really expect much at all. So, like, when it's something like as simple as a compliment, like, it means a lot. So yeah, just something simple like that. How do you deal with the fact that there are better looking guys than you? I don't know, I don't care. Like, I don't like the way this question is. How do you deal with the fact? Like, I don't deal with it. That's the thing, is like, I don't even think about it. Like, if I see a handsome dude, I'm like, damn, that dude's handsome. And that's it. It doesn't affect me at all. I just see that, like, yeah, it's a dude. That's it. Like, I don't sit there and be like, oh, why is he more better looking than me? Like, no. You gotta accept the fact that, yeah, there are some people out there who are gonna be better looking than you. But the thing is, it doesn't matter, okay? Stop comparing yourself to other people and start worrying about yourself. That's all you gotta do. Just worry about yourself. Worry about how good you can look. That's it. You'll be a lot happier and a lot less stressed out. I think this is a good one to end it on, though. As a guy, what are some great morals to adopt when young? Not trying to impress everyone. The problem with that is, like, you just end up miserable. You end up becoming this, like, person that's just not you at all. You're constantly seeking the validation from others, which is a really dangerous game to play. You're never really going to know what you like, because you're constantly wanting to, you know, be like, oh, well, they like this, so that means that I have to like that as well, because I want their approval. I want to fit in with them. Like, trying to fit in with other people is the most exhausting thing ever, and it's miserable. Okay, so if there's one thing you can learn when you're young, it's like, like trying to be friends with like all the cool kids in high school and shit like that, like you don't, like, it's better off to just like be who you are. I know it sounds like so basic and cliche and whatever, but like it's true. Be who you are. Do what you like to do. Don't worry about what everyone else likes. Don't worry about trying to fit in with them, because it's just not gonna work. You're just gonna be miserable, and it's gonna feel weird for you. And then if you do that like your whole life, then you're gonna be in like your mid-20s or your 30s or whatever, and you're gonna realize like, damn, I wasted so much time and now I'm miserable and sad because I don't know who I truly am. I don't know what I really like, because I spent so long chasing this image that other people thought that was good, you know? I feel like I kind of butchered that, but I feel like you kind of know where I'm getting at. Either way, it's a good thing to adopt when you're young. Don't be trying to chase what everyone else's idea of what you should be. Just figure that out for yourself, okay? You're gonna have a much better life because you're gonna be authentic to who you are, and you're gonna be doing things that you like to do rather than trying to impress everyone else. So, alright, I think that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed, smash the like button. Subscribe if you are not, it helps out, and I will see you in the next one.